Kyle Gray, you are so welcome to Livsenergi podden. I'm so happy to have you here again.
Thank you for having me. Pleasure to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. So, how are you doing?
How am I doing? I'm good. I am in that place where, it's almost a year since my mother passed away. So I'm good, but I'm also just in a very deep feelings space. So
I
yeah.
can imagine you were tight. You've said so in social media and stuff. You've been very, very tight.
Yes, very, very tight. And we lived within like 400 meters of each other, so it was
Yeah.
very I see you every day kind of relationship. So
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have any, do you have any siblings?
no, no, and my father is remarried, so he has his own family. So yeah, it was just my mother and I
Yeah.
growing up. But I have a cousin who I have many cousins, but I have one cousin who was like another daughter to my mother, and
Ah,
see her every week, and we chat every day.
yeah.
So
Mm. That's nice. Family is important, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. And I've also felt like I think this is something that spirituality really teaches is that family is not just you know from blood, it's also from soul. And we can have our blood family and we can also have our soul family. And that's something that, I've learned from spending time with other spiritual practitioners is that I also have a soul family that really step in and lean in just
Mm.
just like blood family would as well.
Yeah, certainly. And
Mm.
sometimes soul families are maybe even more present.
Amen.
Yeah.
Fully.
Yeah. So, so, just we have met a few times,
We
and
have.
we know you. Our audience knows you. We love you. We think you're very special.
Oh, thank you.
And so, but looking back, you've been doing writing books and cards for quite a long time now.
Right. Yeah. So I'm coming up for 2011. Yeah. So 14 years of writing books. And then I wrote my first newspaper column when I was 20. So I'm 37. So it's quite a long time in the media.
Yeah,
And I'm
it
still
is.
speaking about the same thing.
Exactly. That's where
Yeah.
I'm coming to this thing. So you've been called the angel whisperer
Yeah.
for a long time as well. So how do you relate to that today? I mean, it
Yeah.
must have been a really good thing in the beginning. It probably is still a good thing, but how do you relate to it today?
Yeah, I don't really use the term angel whisperer anymore, but I do feel that that title is a very big part of my identity, and I feel very honored that people still feel like I am the angel whisperer, or the boy who can see angels. That's always felt um like a real honor to be able to do that and be that for people. But
Yeah.
I also have spent my entire career telling people that I'm not special. Like that is my big message because I think we can be, made to feel like people who have these encounters and these experiences are very special people, and we make them more special, more holy, more sacred than ourselves. And I think that my work is actually to tell everybody that they can have this connection for themselves, and that everyone is special, so therefore no one really is special.
I see what you mean, but the thing is, I think that you are a good, how do you say, when you're a role model, a good role model, because you say that I'm not special, we all are, and you practice, you do things in life
Mm,
to so we can actually see that you're working hard to have this connection, to be
yeah.
the one you want to be. You're doing your yoga, you're doing your meditations, you are doing
Mm.
so for I think it's very obvious that you try to be the person you want to be.
Right. Yeah, and I feel like, that's the one thing that might set me apart from someone who wants to have this, is that I have made it my life's work, and not just like work for money, but my actual inner work has been centered on continuing this connection, not staying attached to how it was before, allowing it to develop and change, but constantly spending time, energy, and effort into understanding that. And that doesn't always have to be about deep spiritual work and, prayer. It can also be about doing the inner work with, like, IFS was a big thing that I've done in the last year,
Mm,
like internal family systems therapy, like really learning a lot about the emotional landscape, as well as, having these ecstatic moments where I've actually seen angels with my eyes.
yeah. Mm. So can you say that you're living your passion? Can you say that? Or so I
Oh,
mean, ha,
100%.
yeah.
100%. 100,000%. And I feel like this last year, I have felt more grateful than I've ever felt grateful. And I also have felt grateful for the the work that I've done and the simplicity of it all. I feel like I've actually scaled things back to an even more simple way this year. And yet I feel more centered in my mission. And my mission is very clear, is it's to help as many people get spiritually connected as humanly possible. Like, that's
Mm,
it. And that's why I'm still kind of teaching the fundamental things that I've been teaching the entire time. Is you'll probably see the arc of a spiritual teacher when they come in, is they might start teaching beginner style information and eventually get to a more ascended teaching space where they're teaching really high energy, maybe sometimes complicated spiritual teachings. That's not me. I've stayed rooted in the beginner's space because that's
mhm,
my mission, is to get you connected. It's not
mm,
to take you the entire road of your spiritual journey. It's to get you started. And if that means restarted, or, but fired back up, or return to the basics. And
mm,
so a lot of people that I have maybe been sharing information with, or people who consider themselves students of my courses and trainings, they'd often get frustrated with me because I'm kind of teaching the same thing and staying in that same
mm,
place and wanting me to go further and do more. But I've never felt that calling. My calling is just to get you started and to equip
mm,
you with the essential tools you need so you can feel angels. And then what you
mm.
do with that is really your choice. But I'm going to get you started.
So something comes up to me when you talk about this, because I know that you're a yogi and I
Yeah.
am too. I've been practicing yoga for well, not like you. I am a periodic person, but still, when you practice yoga, you can go advanced, but you always need to go back to the basics. If you don't
Right.
know the basics, and if you forget the techniques, if you so you always need to get back to the basics. And I and when once I accepted that and got back to the basics, all of a sudden I am in the basics most of the time in yoga. And the funny thing is that I get so much out of it
Ah,
rather than elevating to the advanced level. So
can
I
I,
think that
do
many
you mean like
times,
physical yoga, like the practice asana
yeah,
yoga? Yeah. Okay.
yes,
Perfect.
that's right. And I think that many times we have this internal idea that we need to develop to something better, but maybe not. Maybe we should just stay here.
I've learned that more than anything this year because I had a knee surgery.
Mhm.
and my I don't have a full lotus anymore, and it's been I couldn't do a pigeon pose for
Oh,
8 months maybe. So I had to reestablish what yoga was for me this year too. And so I've actually done I've done quite a bit of yoga, but not like on the mat, not
mm.
like before. I still do my Kundalini yoga and meditation every day. I'm coming up for 2,000 days unbroken, and
That's great.
but I don't do the physical practice the way I used to, and I'm
Mm.
okay with that. I actually
Yeah,
feel okay with that because the inner yoga is the real yoga for me.
yeah. Mhm. I can imagine. And angel work and angel connections,
Oh
it's
yeah,
inner stuff. It's all
yeah,
inner stuff. Yeah. So we should not be afraid of the basics.
definitely not,
No.
definitely not, and yeah, that's that because like when I was this week I've been recording some content for my membership, and I did a whole course for the members on tuning in,
Mhm.
and this kind of aha moment happened while I was speaking about it because there's a whole emphasis on learning to connect with your angel, to be able to intuit them, to feel them, to hear their messages, and ultimately receive. But while I was speaking a lot about it, I feel there's a bit of a paradox, and it's not actually about receiving, it's actually about being received. And there's a complete flip on things there because I often spend a lot of time speaking about the idea that what if it isn't actually about seeing angels? What if it's actually more about being seen by angels? Because so many of us have this filter on, this mask on, this shield up, this wall where we want the world to perceive us in a very particular way, and we don't want to reveal maybe certain aspects of ourselves or the tender parts of ourselves. But when we actually have the opportunity to commune with angels, there is no room, no space for masks to exist. All the shields, the walls, the barriers have to come down. And everyone's always trying to open up their third eye and like see, but it's actually about being seen, being witnessed in your
Mhm.
wholeness that is the real clairvoyance. So this whole course that I've built this entire week, it was just maybe like an hour long training, but it for members was stop focusing on receiving and start focusing on being received. Like, allow
Mm.
yourself to go to the angels rather than trying to get them to come to you. Allow yourself to go into their space and rather hear their messages, spend time in their holiness, and all you need to know will be revealed anyway.
That's very interesting. It's a mind
It
shift,
is.
really.
It
Hmm.
is, and that's where my that's why I'm so glad I've spent time on the same stuff, because the same path that I've been walking for 22 years keeps on teaching me more. And the biggest
Hmm.
aha moments that I have are actually retelling the same stories. So for a long time, I would speak about the first time I ever had the encounter with an angel. And when I saw the angel was like looking in to me. And
Hmm.
and then it was in that knowing that I realized it wasn't actually about me being clairvoyant or seeing the angel. It was actually about me allowing myself to be seen by the angel, and thus the connection was created. It was the willingness to be actually fully revealed that actually
Hmm.
allowed me to become the boy who could see angels, because that tenderness of being a teenager and not really fully being established with ego and how the world wants you to be actually was the perfect training ground that allowed me to develop that skill.
Hmm.
And
To
so
open up,
to open
no
up,
shields.
to
Mm.
to open up and to be opened up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Okay, so
that's
I
big.
need time to
I know, and I'm
but
guilty for and even though your English is phenomenal and you've spoken it your entire life, it's I wish I could speak Swedish or hear Swedish because I think it'd be interesting to see the linguistics of how that is, you know?
yeah. So I'm a language person, just like you, with
Yeah.
words and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So,
Mm.
but what I'm thinking of now then is first. So if it's about being received, how do I know? Because it's a shift there also, right? So how do I know if I'm being received? Is it because of messages and
It's a great question. I feel you will know because there will be a feeling of complete and utter tenderness and a feeling of being loved, of being warm, of being whole, of being calm. Like that's the feeling that comes with it. Another thing that I've been playing with and spending time with is, and I've been guilty about this too, is that when many people learn about angels, the initial things that we work with them on are quite basic. So
Mhm,
like, and it pisses me off that a lot of people ask their guardian angel to find them a parking space when there's children in the world who don't have clean drinking water. I'm
mhm,
like, oh, that feels icky.
mhm,
So that's something that I've been sitting with. But the basic asks of our angels often are in a way where we're treating them like a fortune teller or a magician. Like,
mhm,
give me the answer to this really trivial question or this really non-important issue. And I'm not saying that the angels are judging us because they're certainly not. I'm doing the judging. It's that's my stuff that's coming up, but I do feel there is more to the angels than just asking them, is this the right relationship for me? Can you help me be
mhm,
abundant? Can you help me find a
mhm,
parking space?
mhm.
And so this year I've actually spent a lot of time not asking the angels for anything.
Okay, so what do you have dialogues with them, or what do you do
It's
with the
my whole entire year has been about merging with them, just being in
yeah?
their time, being in their space,
Mm,
being in their love. And I have this feeling that everything that I need and more will be given to me anyway by continually making that connection happen.
mm, mm,
That's the feeling that I've been working on. Now, that's not for everyone. So that's a personal choice.
mm,
And that's just me spending time with a lot of the ideas that I've had
mm.
this year. And
But I guess I don't. I like that idea,
yeah,
and I like the idea that just tapping into the angel space or angel energy or the love
yeah, I'm
frequency,
calling it the angelic mind at the moment.
the angelic mind. I like that a lot. But
Yeah.
then again, I think perhaps it's easier when you know the angels are there.
Right. You're right.
When
100%.
so mm,
So yeah, that's just I guess, an insight to where I've been in my year.
yeah, fantastic.
But I also know that
It's mm,
this year's
so
been about getting people started. And I don't know how much you know about the start of the year, but when this book first came out, I was
yeah,
everywhere. I was on
yeah.
television and the newspapers, magazines, and I was having these really big conversations. And
We are talking about Angels Are With You Now.
yeah, so when this
Yes.
book came out, it came out in February
Yeah.
in the UK, and went straight to the bestseller list, and it just put me everywhere. I just
Mm.
was in all these newspapers, I was in all these conversations, and I was on national television, with like 15 million viewers. It was just like so much was happening, and the biggest oh, it's making my hair stand on end. The biggest thing that I got from that was the shift that we're living in right now. The amount
Mhm.
of people who are willing to have open-aired conversations about having spiritual experiences is unbelievable.
That's fantastic. Thank you for saying that.
It's so cool. You know, when I went on TV, when I, back in the day when I in 2012, I got so much like bad press, like people really reaching out, negative comments, all this stuff. There was none.
Yeah.
And because the whole thing wasn't about me, it was about the angels and you.
Yeah.
And it's making my hair stand on end again because and when I was on the TV show, the people who present the show were telling me their experiences and how they'd had these encounters and what I found is in the UK, it's 1 in 3 people who believe in angels, and out of
Mm.
those who do believe, 1 in every 10 believe they've had some sort of direct encounter, and it's actually like statistically there. So it's so cool that we're in this time where more and more people are open, awake, having these conversations, willing to have these conversations, and also confident enough to share them with their neighbor. Because less than 100 years ago, people were being tried as witches for doing this stuff.
Yeah. True.
We're in a
Scary.
really cool time. It's scary in
Yes.
many respects, but at the same time, there's
Yeah.
also something really cool happening.
Yeah, very much so. So that book, together with
Oh,
this
yeah.
deck. So I don't have the book with me. It's in the office and I'm at home right
I don't know
now.
what it looks like for you guys. I've got one in English
No,
maybe. Is it the same?
it
I don't.
doesn't look the same.
Oh, it
No,
doesn't,
this
okay.
looks the same.
Oh, cool. I've got
We
those.
have, yeah, good. So we are actually combining this for like the launch package just for Christmas. It's a fantastic package actually.
Oh,
Uh, and we're really looking forward to launch that to our members, be doing a very generous one.
I wanna be honest, this is not a complete deck because I
I know.
have this bad habit of letting people keep their card that they pick. So
The
I
ones
only
that you, oh,
so this is actually the 19 archangels because I must have given a couple away. So
that's a bad habit.
I've been using these so much, and
Mm,
I was actually on my way to London recently, and I was on a flight, and the girl said, "Mr. Gray," I was sitting at the front row, and she said,
mm.
"Mr. Gray, can you come with me, please?" And I was like, "Sure. Is everything okay?" And so she goes behind the curtain and closed it behind me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, something's wrong." And then she pulled my book out of her bag, and
Oh,
she
that's
was
sweet.
like, this morning, I wasn't even supposed to be on this flight. Someone missed their connection, and then I was on standby, and I ended up becoming the flight attendant today. And something told me to wear this, and she pulled down her necklace, and she had a necklace with an angel number on it.
Oh my gosh.
And then, yeah, and she said, I said to my angels, if you're out there, I need you to give me a sign. And then Kyle Gray is on my flight and I'm reading his book. And so I let her pick a card. And that's why. And then there was another woman. She's like, I want one too. And I said, you can have one too. So that's why I only have a 19.
That's a sweet story.
Yeah, it's so nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you have a personal favorite of the 22 archangels?
I do. Can I tell you a little story about this?
Please do.
This my mother loved angel cards, and it was a very big part of our day to pick
Mm,
our daily angel card, and my mother did these every single day when she was in hospital, and
mm.
the day before she passed away, she actually picked this card here, and it's called Building the
And how fun.
Bridge. Yeah, and
Mm,
the card says, "Your role is to create a connection between heaven and earth."
mm.
And so it's the angel that creates the bridge from earth to heaven. And so the fact that my mother picked that the day before she crossed over is such a special card to me. So yes, there's a card in there that I like better than the rest, but this one is a special one for me, because it was the last card that my mum picked and it was her favorite archangel.
Wow, what a beautiful thing to
Yeah,
leave behind.
yeah. So on my
Mm.
mother's funeral, like she didn't have a traditional funeral. We had like a life celebration, because so she didn't want to be in a coffin or anything like that. No one's seen anything like that. And we actually had about 160 people there for her service, and every single person got to pick one of the 22 archangel cards to take home,
Oh,
which was
that's
which
very sweet.
was yeah. So they are a very special um working deck for me, and I like that they're small and
Mm.
you can just kind of like put them in your back pocket and
Mm.
out you go. They're just such a great one. And so I don't know if you know, but they actually do something else, this deck.
Mm.
They are a booster. So when I was growing up, I played Pokemon, and you would be able to buy a thing called an expansion pack, which would be extra cards to add into your pack. So this deck actually mixes. You can mix them into other decks to give them more
A boost.
a boost. So yeah, I
Yeah.
made this one is my guardian angel oracle, and this is my archangels. And when you mix them together, they're angels and archangels.
Yeah.
Or you can mix them with the divine masters, and you've got the archangels and divine masters together.
Can you mix them with arcane activation? The
You could
angel
put them.
activate. Yeah.
They've got a different material.
Mhm.
So all these ones are all gloss finish, so they meld together very nicely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Um,
true. They're a bit different.
Yeah, they are. I did that intentionally when I was creating them. So yeah, these two are my favorite ones that go everywhere. I've always got these in a backpack,
Mm.
and I'm guilty of giving them away. I just don't know why. It just seems these are the ones that people want to keep. I think because the angels are so like human and
Mhm.
approachable, and you can see them.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah,
uh,
they're very visible.
Yeah, so the people just love them, and I just feel like my job is to let people take the angel with them.
I mean, you have more decks at home.
Well, I did, but I've got none. They're all empty boxes. I just checked before this call, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't have the whole deck."
No worries. I can show them if you know what you want to show. So conclusively, we can say that this deck is perfect on its own.
Yes,
It's
100%.
perfect together with your other angel decks, the bigger ones, to give them a boost.
Yeah.
And but in here we have like a guidebook and we have 22 cards of archangels. So just like an amateur question here.
Mhm.
Are there only 22 archangels or have you chosen 22 out of a billion?
Yeah, that's it. I think I've
Yeah.
just chosen the most known of all the archangels that I've encountered with my work. And I just love the number 22. It's a
Mhm.
master number in numerology. Opens up communication. And I love that number. And so there was an opportunity for me to include angels that I hadn't spoken about before as well. And this one is one of them, Seraphiel. And so she's like this archangel who represents the seraphim, which are like the highest vibrational angels. And they're one of the few angels that are mentioned in the Bible. And they're described as the burning ones because they're they're
Mm.
they're made of so much light that you can't even see them. They're like on fire. These angels are on fire, and they're the angels that sing the praises of the divine of the creation energy. So I wanted to bring them in as an opportunity to um, bring that energy of devotion. Because devotion doesn't always have to be about a higher power. It can also be about your mission, your family, your passion. It can be about making this earth a better place or becoming a better person. And that was the angel that really was coming to me when I was creating this oracle, that wanted to be introduced on a bigger scale.
That's fantastic. She made the perfect choice
Yeah, I
to
love
pick
that.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, as the communicator. So, is there a certain way you like to use this deck?
Yeah, I would love to talk about that because I think there's something that I'd really like to get across
Mm.
about angel cards. And the first thing is angel cards are not magic. You are. Angel cards are mirrors, and the mirror reflect back to you the wisdom that you're already carrying on the inside.
Mm.
When you work with angel cards and you are doing it right, most of the time, you will hear messages that you already know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that pisses people off because they're like, I want to know something new. When in fact, your angels, their mission is to help confirm in
Mm.
confidence what you already know so that you can trust that guiding force within to make the right choices, steps, and decisions in your life. So, the best way for me to say this is I recommend everyone, if you have an oracle deck, an angel card deck, pick one a day. Just to get, if you're not, get no time for anything else, one a day is perfect. So this is how I do it: one a day, three a week, nine a month.
Mm.
So the one card is not what you don't know, it's what you already know. The first card of every reading is always your strength. Your angels are dedicated to seeing you in your wholeness. So they will always bring to the surface a strength that you already have, something you've already healed, something you've already mastered, embodied. Because if you can be in that place of, oh, I'm aligned, I'm connected, I'm with that already, then you have a far more greater ability to overcome any challenges that come your way. But if you pick a card and you feel like the angels are giving you into trouble or pointing out a mishap inside of you, then you're going to feel like your walls are up and you're not going to be more open or supported. So when I'm doing readings for people, and if I actually am doing like a one-on-one or in front of people, I'll always speak about what's right before what's wrong. Because that
Mhm.
opens your heart and it opens your energy to feeling seen. And then with that in mind, then you can go to the other things you need to know. So that's the one card. The three card is this. First card is your strength. The second card is what your heart wants you to know, like what's in your heart right now. And the last thing, the last card is your challenge. It's what you need to
Mm.
heal. It's what you need to face. But that would not be possible unless you felt your strength and felt your heart.
Mhm.
So that's the important thing. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to take a card, right? And this card says Jeremiah, right? And the Jeremiah is an amazing angel, the angel that helps us experience forgiveness. And I say experience forgiveness because it's not just about being forgiven, it's also about forgiving. And if you take this card and you put it as your first card of the day, it would represent personal responsibility. And the card says, take responsibility for your choices. This is an opportunity for inner growth. But if that is your strength, it means you've already done it. So your angel is saying to you, hey, I want to give you a high five because you have taken personal responsibility. You have owned where you've made your mistakes. You have owned where you've got things wrong. You have owned what you're ready to fix, heal, or change, right? If you take this same card and move it to your second card position, it has a completely different meaning. Your heart wants you to take personal responsibility. Your heart is guiding you to understand that this is an opportunity for inner growth right now. And this is about taking on the fact that you have a responsibility. You get to choose what you do and what you don't. And if you take that same card again and you make it the third position, it
A
has a
challenge.
It tells you that you have not taken personal
Mm.
responsibility, that you're avoiding taking personal responsibility, that you're not seeing your part in it all. So not only do you have 22 cards, you've got 66 meanings. Each
Yeah.
card, so when people say that's not a very big deck, you can't really get a big reading from that. I'm like, well, actually, if you really look at cards in a more mystical point of view, every card changes according to its position and where it lands in a reading. And that's how I teach it to people, just with strength, heart, challenge. If you can learn that, you can do really complicated spreads.
Yeah, definitely. And could it also be like the daily form, like a daily thing? So
Yeah.
today, this is what you need to know,
Yeah,
or
do
this
that.
week, right
Yeah.
now.
I always say if you want to do this is what you need to know, do make it a two. So you go, the first card is your strength, the second card is your challenge. You can skip the heart if you want. This is what I've got, this is what I need to
Yeah,
do. And
yeah,
that is a great way to open up the channels. Now, a lot of people don't understand that when you start to work with angel cards, it might just feel like you're picking cards, but you're actually opening up a conversation. You're opening up a dialogue. And on a spiritual level, your ears are opening and you're strengthening your spiritual muscles so that you can get to that real open dialogue and conversation. So
mhm,
you might not realize it at the time, but you'll probably start to see more signs show up if you use them more. You might feel like you're getting more dreams, more messages, more feelings. All of that is a byproduct of taking time out of your day to pick a card, to receive, to be witnessed.
mm, exactly. Oh, I really like the way you use the cards. It's perfect to know and to communicate to our members. Well, we have a book club, and the members in the book club they really like the decks
Oh,
also.
good.
So I wonder, since we have packaged this together with Angels Are With You Now,
Mm,
uh, it's a beautiful book, and
mm,
it shows you in a different way, I think. And there are so many personal stories that we haven't
right.
seen before. And can you just tell us a little bit about what's different with this book from the other angel books that you have written before?
I think the main thing is for me, I'm 20 years down the line from because my first book, even though it came out in 2012, I had been writing it for years before that. And so there was some immaturities there. There were some things that I hadn't fully understood, and there was some things that I was yet to uncover. And so I would say it's a more rounded vision of angels, and yet it's a more simple one. I take away
Mhm.
any complications. You'll see that inside the book there isn't any exercises or requirements for you because I didn't want somebody to read another book about angels that tells them all the things that they need to do that they feel guilty for not being able to do. I just wanted it to be a really easy read that feels like you're just sitting on the beach with your friend and they're just telling you about their life. And through that, I just kind of uncover simple ways for us to be able to develop a personal bond with angels and to feel their support. So that's really what I wanted to do. And the honest truth is, when I wrote this book, I knew that I had an opportunity now with the experience, the exposure, um the kind of social media, the marketing ability to be able to take this to a wider audience. So I wanted this to be able to be picked up by someone who's maybe been doing yoga, meditation, and spiritual work for 25 years. But I also wanted it to be able to be handed to their teenage daughter who's never read anything about them before. And they could read the same book and both get something from it. Or to hand to their grandmother who's in hospital and she's not feeling well. So this book is one of those books where I've written it for everyone, you
Yeah.
know. And that's a hard task.
It is
It
definitely, but
is.
I think that you have done a good job. So I figure a lot. I mean, even if you are well into your angel readings or angel communication, you have a lot lot of information or inspiration in the
Mm.
book as well.
Yeah,
Mm.
and there was just so many great stories that had happened over the years in readings and in personal encounters, and also things that I needed to get across. Like, I do believe that the souls of children who don't make it on the earth become angels. Like, that was one thing
Mm.
that I wanted to get across. I danced with the question, could humans become angels? And I kind of share my ideas on that.
Mm.
But I also spoke about a really important thing, which is not only can we call upon angels, we can attract them as well. Because
Mm.
a lot of people who have learned about angels have heard this teaching that angels can't help you unless you ask them. And that's an old saying that goes around over and over and over again. And
Isn't it true?
well, in the book, I say that it's not as linear or as simple as that. If you have had a grandmother that's been praying for you for their entire life, even when they die, their prayers stay alive. So sometimes we're
Mm.
saved by the prayers of our ancestors. Sometimes we are saved by angels without asking, and it's often because an old prayer is in place that's protecting us, or because there is an intention in our field that's creating something that's going to change our world or the world. And so angels can weave in and save us. So, yeah, there's loads of things that I wrestle with in the book.
Yeah. And so much for us to read. So, um, do you think that this, I isn't it a good idea to have this book and the deck together
Yeah.
to be able to work and be inspired at the same time?
I feel like if I was given the opportunity to choose the two things that I would give someone for Christmas that I've created, those two things would be it, because I think they're like uh, a really easy, accessible, simple way and it doesn't come with too much pressure. And if you wanted to go further, they're going to help you do that. But if you just wanted to dance at the side, then they'll also help you do that. And that's why they're
Yeah,
really safe and friendly and also fun.
a lot of fun. So, last question, Kyle, because I
Okay.
know we are out of time. So, I don't know if you already answered this one, but if I only have 1 minute a day, how would I use it most wisely to connect to the angels?
It's a really simple prayer, and I share it in the book as well. You just have to say, you take a beat, close your eyes for a second, take a deep inhale, and say, "Thank you, angels, for reminding me of your presence."
Mm.
And that is the most important prayer I've ever said in my entire life, because if you are reminded of their presence, you are no longer alone. And it does not matter what you're facing or going through, with their help, anything is possible.
Kyle, you are a master of communication. You are so to the point. No, I think so, really.
Thank you.
You're so to the point and you are getting your message across because you're so concentrated and
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
thank you. The same to you.
And
So
hopefully I'll
now
be in
have a
Sweden
one.
soon.
Yes. Can you let me know
Yeah, I'd love
if
to
you're
come.
coming? Can you let me know?
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll make you come here.
Oh, do that. Please do.
Yes. Good. Okay. So have a lovely weekend now,
And
Kyle.
you.
Thank you
All the
for
best. Thank
your
you.
time.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.